Hey guys, Crafty1 here, and Nintendo just announced a Splatoon Direct, so I thought it would be cool if I brought a good friend of mine, Wipeout Jack, to talk about everything Splatoon and what we think are going to be in the Splatoon Direct. And as I've said right here, we have Wipeout Jack.
Hey guys, it's Wipeout Jack here. I'm a modder, data miner, and general Nintendo fan, and I do have some experience in the Splatoon series. I own both games, although I really don't have that much playtime in either, so I'm here to provide sort of an outside perspective in this video as someone who has a general idea of Splatoon and the new game in the series, but not all the details like Crafty over here, who's 2000 IQ, super smart guy, knows everything about it.
Yeah, so I guess we could just hop right into it. I guess we could sort of start off with our, knowledge of Splatoon. As you said, you're kind of dabbled in both games, but we both have picked up Splatoon 1. Did you get it at launch?
No, I didn't. I got it for Christmas in I'm gonna sound dumb because I don't know the year, but I got it for Christmas one year, and like I said, I own both games, but really I played like 10 hours of Splatoon 1,
Mm-hmm.
probably the same for Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
Just
So Splatoon was the reason why I bought a Wii U. I bought it on launch day of Splatoon 1. And then that was like my version of Call of Duty. All these kids are playing Call of Duty and GTA, and I'm over here playing Splatoon. Yeah,
I bet you were really popular at school, right?
And like when you're younger age, you just seem to dedicate hours upon hours into a game. I think
Exactly.
I spent like 400, upwards of hundreds of hours in Splatoon 1.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, and then Splatoon 2, I've it's only like around 200, but still.
Still pretty good though, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, Nintendo announced Splatoon Direct today on August 10th at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I guess this did not come out of nowhere. We all kind of knew this was gonna happen. Yeah.
I actually forget, in one of the direct videos we did, it might have been the one that's not up on your channel yet, but like we all called it. I swear we called it. Go back and watch it. We said it was gonna happen, and it happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they had the Xenoblade focused one, and then they just started releasing information on Twitter, like the booster pass, the new Kirby, the Bayonetta release date.
Oh yeah, they had like a mini direct, but it wasn't actually direct.
It was
strange.
I saw like memes online. Where it's like, oh, the new direct is just Twitter.
Yikes.
Yeah, but I want to read exactly what the tweet says. It says, tune in on August 10th at 6 a.m. Pacific time for a live stream Splatoon 3 Direct presentation. Join us in the Splatlands for roughly 30 minutes of updates.
30 minutes, that's pretty good.
Yeah, considering how long was the Pokemon one that came out a week ago?
The Pokemon Presents are usually, I want to say 20 minutes. I could be wrong, but I remember one of them was 20 minutes. And I know there's an Animal Crossing one. I think that might have been 30 minutes too, so it seems about right.
I mean, it's a good amount of time to focus on a single game. And considering we don't have a lot of information as of right now, there's a lot they could show.
So obviously, like I said, I'm not entirely in the loop, but from what I know, like I haven't seen like almost any Splatoon 3 actual info of the game. Like I've seen the trailers and the directs, and it's like there's an Eiffel Tower somewhere.
Yeah,
I mean that. Yeah, I don't know much.
You basically know what we all know. Like that's about it. There's no like
shocking.
There's no like hidden lore that you would know if you.
None of the websites. None of that. There's like really not much else to be.
Yeah, there isn't really anything. I mean, besides like if you want to talk about the Splat Cop Apocalypse, that was like an Octo expansion, the end of it, and that's what we can assume is in Splatoon 3.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It does seem kind of like a post-apocalyptic, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, Team Chaos did win, so
yeah,
we can assume. So, talking about the overall showcase, we do know there's two distinct forms of Splatoon. There's Splatoon single-player story mode and Splatoon multiplayer online mode. How much do you think is going to be dedicated in each?
So obviously they need to dedicate a decent amount of time for single player, but I don't know how much you can do without like delving into going too long, and also spoilers.
Yeah, it's tough because I feel like the selling point of this game is going to be the story mode and not the online.
I agree a lot because this is the second Splatoon on the Switch. You could kind of make the argument, why do I need this other game when I have the quote unquote exact same game in Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
With still, I'm assuming they're not going to shut down the online servers, which I don't think they're going to do that.
I don't think so either.
Some people might have struggle with should I buy this when I have Splatoon 2?
Definitely.
So I agree that the story mode needs to be a big. It's completely different. It's a whole new game, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. It's tough to say because a lot of people are complaining about that. They're saying like, oh, this is just, Splatoon 2.5, it's like the Overwatch 2. Why am I paying full price for another game?
I understand that.
Yeah. And it does make sense, but I feel like they have to sell us on something, and it's either going to be the story mode or the online. And I think the story mode has a bigger chance because it seems way more vast. And
that makes a lot of sense.
And if you think about it, Splatoon 3 is actually going to be the first fully developed Splatoon game. If I understand correctly, Splatoon 1 was semi-rushed to get it out to help the Wii U sales.
That
And
makes
then
sense.
Splatoon 2 got rushed, not really rushed, but it was put out for the Switch pretty early in its life.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
guess I didn't think about it that way, but that makes sense.
then and then Splatoon 3 would be the official kind of actual 4-year cycle most games go through.
I mean, yeah, it looks like it'll be the best and most full Splatoon yet. Makes sense.
Yeah. But what I think personally, I think it'd be of course, 25-75. I think we're going to see more online than story mode, even though I think they should show off more story mode.
I think that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say the fact that they would have that much time to dedicate to online must mean that it is going to be a different game. It's not just going to be Splatoon 2 reskin. There must be enough changes to warrant.
I mean, there's so many little things we don't know about. We don't know idols. Who are the idols? Who are the shopkeep? They could do a 5-minute segment on just all the characters.
The new lore of the.
Yeah, the
have
new
you
lore.
even seen the I don't know what you'd call it, the little downtown area, where you can walk around and buy
No,
stuff.
so that's actually kind of funny you bring up that. The most we've seen new of that, besides the one from the trailer, was a brand advertisement which showed a different angle, and everyone was freaking out about that.
A new angle, new render, let's go. That's funny.
Yeah. So yeah.
I could totally see a 5-minute segment on here's the new idol, or actually the idols are their own thing, but here's the new shopkeepers, here's the new area, here's this and that.
Yeah.
That's totally gonna be a segment.
Something I just kind of want to randomly add in there, since we're talking about Splatlands. Have you heard of everything about apartments and everything?
That sounds interesting. Tell me.
So people are wanting, apartments, people to have their own apartments they could customize and invite people in.
That's pretty cool. It's like a housing system.
Yeah, housing, because the Splatlands are based off of, I think, I forgot what it's based off specifically, but I know the book Ready Player One and the movie technically, they also based off of it, where there's trailer parks stacked on top of each other, and they all look like sort of apartments.
Okay.
Personally, I don't want it, but yeah.
Oh, why not?
I mean,
cool.
Apartments, it just seems like it's a random customization. It doesn't need to be.
Seems like a gimmick. You're kind of right.
Yeah, oh yes, come crash at my pad. That's about it. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me. Not to talk about Switch Sports, but it's like an idea that you say, oh, that'd be really cool, but then you think about it. What would you really do? In I mean, what would the actual gameplay of come to my apartment be? I don't know. You can watch TV or something.
I could see him doing some sort of system. I'm going to compare this to a completely different game, like GTA, where you can have these passive income, and then you could actually go out and make money, and then you could come back, restock, and yeah. I don't know how they would do that with housing, but like maybe something of the sorts where it'd be like popularity rating and you can have parties at your place and stuff like that.
That'd be a pretty cool direction for it to go to.
Like you get like different, I'm thinking you could get different pieces of furniture, put it in your house, you know, the better furniture increases
Something like that is, I think, what it needs to stand out from the last game. So like that could be something along in the veins of that could be pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, that I mean that is one reason why I would like apartments, but personally I think it's just another complexity to the game that I don't need.
It would have to be done well, I think. Like,
yeah, it had to be done well. Yeah, it's what I think about cooking in Pokemon. Like I don't think Pokemon needs cooking, but it's in there. Yeah. Going on to some stuff that like so during the announcement, a bunch of stuff changed. So the minute the tweet went out, a bunch of stuff got updated. I'll talk about some other stuff, but we're talking about this one first. The ESRB page changed a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And that is they updated it with a sub listing saying there's going to be in-game purchases.
Oh. That's interesting.
It's interesting. It could be a good and a bad thing.
So, I forget. Oh yeah, okay. So that's why. I know in a lot of Nintendo games, including Switch Sports, I don't know, other online Nintendo-based games, they have that like label because you can buy Switch Online in-game.
Oh, that makes sense.
However, it could also very well be that they have that and $5 for this fresh new skin, guys.
Yeah. Oh, I think the when I hear purchasing for a game like this, I think there's going to be a battle pass.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
But imagine paying $60 full
and
game.
then you have to pay on top. Yeah, I don't.
That's horrible. Yeah, that'd be so bad.
I mean, the online, what you mentioned with the online makes a lot of sense, and I think I have because doesn't Switch Sports have that tag
Switch
as well?
Sports has that. So that's why, unless they're planning on having DLC, which would be welcome.
DLC would also be the same.
We're not gonna go into that for the moment.
I don't think they're gonna be announcing DLC, and we'll get into that later.
Imagine they announce a DLC before the game comes out.
Okay, that's another thing a lot of people are worried about. Do you think they're gonna do the whole approach where it's like, we'll drip feed and like stuff?
Oh, the Nintendo method.
The Nintendo, like the new Nintendo method.
I hate that. So many of these games that could have been like really, really good are now like mediocre at best, including Switch Sports, because of that whole system.
Yeah.
However, from what I've noticed personally, it's almost like there's kind of two departments at Nintendo. One that's like, here's kind of the unimportant like side games. Those are usually the ones that are rushed, unfinished, get the drip feed. But then there's like the bigger games like Zelda, Mario, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Splatoon, I assume Splatoon would be in that category.
So,
I'd be surprised if Splatoon was one of the games that didn't get the full content. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think it's more likely it will.
I mean, it wasn't officially delayed, but we could safely assume that Xenoblade and Splatoon switched release dates.
Yeah.
So it did it got delayed for a reason, or pushed back. We can assume. Hoping,
Maybe,
yeah. And I think also the drip feed approach might actually work for Splatoon. They even did it with Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2, where they released guns every week. There's one new, or not gun, weapon. I'm just saying weapon. One new weapon every week.
That's a good point, and it's a distinction that needs to be made. Because there's like the Switch Sports drip feed, which is there's just new content every week. I think that, and I didn't know that was in Splatoon actually. I think that's good, depending on how it's done. I think that's actually pretty good. But then there's the whole thing that's like Mario Strikers, Mario Golf, where it's like, it's not like, ooh, new content. It's more like the game's unfinished.
It's an unfinished game that's getting...
Come back in a month, get the rest of the game, yeah.
Yeah, and I think you're right about the studios, because if I'm remembering this correctly, there's like 3 distinct studios. There's the Mario team, the Breath of the Wild team, and I think the Animal Crossing team got promoted to this higher level. So now, because the Animal Crossing team made a hit game, Animal Crossing, they made Splatoon, so they've been making bangers after bangers.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, you're right. That team got promoted as well.
The Animal Crossing team is the one that's making the Splatoon, or the Splatoon 3.
I believe, like half, if I remember correctly, they are like half of them. Are. And that's why they had to stop putting DLC into Animal Crossing.
The only thing about that is I feel like Animal Crossing was one of those unfinished games, personally. Like, I didn't think it had much content at launch.
Yeah, but honestly, I think that was actually because of COVID. But then they realized, hey, we could just do this for all the other games.
True.
Yeah.
Overall, I would be surprised if... I feel like Splatoon is going to be one of those games that is a high-quality Nintendo, won't suffer from the whole, drip feed or whatever. Or the bad drip feed, at least.
Yeah. It's going to be a finished game at launch.
That's what I think.
Basically. Yeah. So just going back to the in-game purchases, we're not thinking they're doing some battle pass or anything. It's just going to be because of the online.
That would shock me if they did, but yeah, I mean, I guess I could see it potentially maybe happening, but I'd be really surprised if that happened.
I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't mind a battle pass if it was like $5.
And how long would the season be?
Oh, that's a good question. Because there's actually, I didn't know this. There's actually seasons and strikers, and they're like,
yeah, but I don't know how that works because it's not like there are battle passes. I don't know what the seasons even mean, to be honest.
I think they reset the rankings because there's actually like
that would make
public.
sense.
Yeah, but if they're going off of normal other video games, it'd be either 4 in a year or there'd be 6 in a year.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like Fall Guys and Fortnite do that kind of thing, I think.
So yeah, just based off of something like that.
Like an extra 20 or 30 per year for a game you already paid $60 for seems like pretty high to me. But
yeah, I hope they don't. But I kind of want a battle pass. I think it'd be cool.
A free battle pass, or like an included one with the game.
Yeah, included one with the game would be cool. Yeah, but hopefully no in-game purchases. Maybe just online.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So going on to another point that a lot of people think they would announce is a test fire, a global test fire.
Yeah. Okay. So.
This first I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. Do you think they're gonna have one?
Okay, so they've done one for the past 2 games, right?
Yes. But
but
both games are released on different hardware, and
Yeah.
they need to test the servers on both of them.
That's a good point. And I can see where you're coming from, where like, oh, if they're on the same console, maybe they don't need to test it. But, and while I think the console is definitely part of it, I think it's more so it's just like a new game engine or whatever, I don't think it's just the console they need to test. So, considering that, and the fact they've done one for the past 2 games, I'd say it's likely there's going to be a new one. Obviously, I don't know, but I think it is fairly reasonable that we will get one.
Yeah, and actually, now that I think about it, they are switching to the new higher...
That too.
The
new
servers.
Thing.
Yeah, new servers. So they might need to test those out, yeah.
Also, it's, besides being like, oh, it's a test for the devs, it's also just like a good demo for people that don't know if they want the game.
Definitely, yeah. And they could we could test out the new weapons, we could test out the new just whole system and everything, and then transfer our data when it's over.
That sounds ideal to me, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they did with Splatoon 2.
For someone like me who's like kind of on the fence, like with Splatoon in general, something like that would actually be pretty perfect for me. I'd be able to play it and say, if I really like this, $60, whatever, there you go. If not, whatever. But right now I'm like, I don't even know. So that would be a good chance for me to see if I actually want to buy it.
Yeah, especially since a lot of people are on the fence because, oh, this is just Splatoon 2.5. I need to actually play it to find out, yeah.
I think that's a good point too, yeah. Just in general, people aren't sure if they even want the game.
But here's my issue with the test fire. We're like less than a month from launch.
That's a good point. And I being inexperienced, I don't know when were the previous ones in comparison to the previous game's launch.
I completely forgot about. I don't know where Splatoon 1's, but Splatoon 2's was 2 months before launch.
Oh, that's a big gap. I can Google Splatoon 1.
Yeah, and then Splatoon 1. Didn't Splatoon 2 their test fire was actually for a Splatfest? If I remember correctly.
Take your word for it. I don't know, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure it was, and I think they might. I hope they do something interesting. That's another thing. I mean, there's a lot of stuff they could show. We don't even know. Are we gonna have Splatfest back? Are we gonna assume so? Where's our idols?
True. They're really saving all the details. That's why it was like almost confirmed there was a direct, is because they
didn't show anything. Yeah.
They haven't shown much of any. One of the recent trailers they've shown at a direct was just like a returning mode, wasn't it? I forget what it's called. Salmon Run, maybe?
Oh yeah, Salmon Run. Yep.
I'm like, I have Splatoon 2. I've seen that before. What am I looking at?
Yeah, it looks kind of the same. You could throw stuff now. There's some minor difference.
Yeah, you can throw stuff.
Oh, another thing. Oh,
no, you go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I completely forgot to talk about this while we're talking about the ESRB listings. One thing that did happen to come out a little early. When this tweet, GameStop has a new gameplay trailer in their stores on their TVs. I'll put one up on screen right now while we're talking, but they're all really bad quality because they're all just people recording it with their cameras.
That's funny.
Yeah, but yeah, it's completely new gameplay and everything, but nothing new was shown. It's just more gameplay.
New gameplay. That's nice. Also, quick interjection to go back. This might give you a little bit more hope. The Splatoon 1 test fires were were May 9th, and the game's release date was May 28th. So only a 23-day. So that's only a 23-day gap, and we haven't reached that yet. I don't think.
I think
No,
we're
we
at 30. I mean,
Yeah,
I run the countdown. I don't even.
True.
Yeah.
Of all people, you should know.
Yeah.
It's the 9th, so we're about 30 days out.
31.
So, I mean, and if they were going to announce a test fire, it would be now, like, at the direct.
Yeah.
The timing kind of lines up well. That's all.
It does. Okay, now that you put that into my, like, you tell me that, then I'm like, okay, it actually makes sense.
Although I don't know why the Splatoon 2 one was so early, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, they did a lot of marketing for Splatoon 2. They had, like, the Summer of Play tour. I don't know if you remember those, where they went around the United States.
I actually went to one of those. Oh, I was there. You just unlocked a memory. Oh my god. I
Bro,
played Splatoon 2.
I went to one of those too, and I felt so bad because I absolutely dominated in all my lobbies.
I played with a nice Nintendo employee. It was awesome.
Yeah, I sat down with all these like kids, and then I'm like,
Aw.
oh yeah, I have 31 kills. I feel so
I mean,
bad.
you weren't that much older or anything. It's not like you were like a 30-year-old man saying.
Oh yeah,
"Hey,
true,
kid."
true. Yeah, but I remember I stayed there for like 8 hours the whole time because I had to drive like
Respect it.
6 hours to go there. Of course, I'm
Was
gonna
that
stay.
when it was? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong event, but when I went to like this thing that you were talking about,
Mhm.
I remember the Switch hadn't even been announced. It was still the NX. Was that for you, or is that later on?
Oh no, they had Switch. It was when.
Okay. Okay.
Oh wait, they had the 2DS on showcase. The new
yeah. Well, that's right because this is getting so off topic, but
Tangent.
I had like a chance to win some huge prize by like beating these other kids and so.
Oh yeah, so you get the little stamp cards.
Yeah.
and
Okay,
you-
we definitely went to the same thing. I remember that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I could have won a prize if I like beat these kids in New Super Mario Bros. DS
Yeah.
or 2DS or whatever the new one was, and I lost so badly and I cried.
Yeah, I remember the stamp cards, and I actually have like I got Splatoon sunglasses, but you were able to get like these awesome plushies and everything.
That was what I was gonna win. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
but like you had to like get all the stamp cards and you have to spin a wheel. I think I grinded out like 6 of them because you had to do every game.
You could do it multiple times.
Well, you weren't supposed to.
But yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No one's gonna stop you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I didn't wind up getting my plushie, but I got some cool
Why?
stuff.
Aw.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
So we were talking about the test
fire.
fire. and stuff.
Yeah.
And I did just confirm the Splatoon 2 one was like 3 months beforehand, so I don't know what's up with
Yeah.
that. But like I said, the Splatoon 1 one, it actually lines up kind of well with what it's looking like right now.
Mhm.
We're about 30 days out, direct in 2 days. They can announce it, have the first one in a week, and it would like match the first one perfectly.
Yeah.
So
And I think-
it looked
Yeah, the Splatoon 2 is just kind of an anomaly. It came out 2 years after the first game,
really 2
Well,
years.
wasn't it? Something like that?
I trust you, but like that's crazy.
I believe it's something, yeah. And it was, yeah, so it didn't have a full development cycle. This was just like,
I
if
mean,
anything,
actually,
it's
that-
1.5, yeah.
Now that I think about it, it makes complete sense because they made a really popular game on the Wii U. They're like, oh wait, people want to play this. Let's
Yeah.
put it on the console that actually sold well.
Yep, exactly. And then
So,
it
yeah.
sold, I think it's like the 3rd best-selling game on the Switch. So,
Yeah, sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
But yeah, overall, test fire, yes or no? I'm now leaning toward yes. You kind of convinced me.
I'm going like 60-40 right now. Say yes, but I don't know. It'd be fun. Like I could do a little data mining and stuff. You know, maybe
Yeah.
there's
Oh yeah.
leaked Splatoon map, leaked whatever. I don't know, bro.
I
It'd be
think
fun.
when Splatoon 1 came out, there was quite a few or not Splatoon 1, Splatoon 2 test fire. Quite a few stuff was just hidden in the files.
Yeah, that
I
makes
think
sense.
the little lobby area and the story mode was in there for some reason. Yeah. When do you think this might be? Since the game comes out on the 9th.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, I think what I think would be direct. I don't know how many days exactly, but like probably give them a week to download the playtest and whatever.
Oh yeah.
Maybe like a week from the direct or something like that.
Mhm.
It would leave about 20 days, 23 days until the game releases.
Mhm.
I think it's just a good amount of time.
Actually, this kind of lines up perfectly. The Splatoon OLED comes out the 26th.
Okay, forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and what if they do like a test fire the weekend? Because that's when they, like 26, 27, 28, and the game comes out then.
That would be pretty close to the release, but
Yeah.
also, I think that would be pretty fitting.
Because if I remember correctly, Splatoon 2 did the 2-month one, and then it did one more a week before the release.
Wait, let me Google that. Sounds about right.
And that one was the cake versus ice cream one. It was like a global test fire Splatfest edition. And yeah, you were like everyone was able to join, play the game, and then choose a team, and then yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So overall, I think we might get one. But again, my point still stands. We have servers already tested. Unless there's going to be like a new game mode where there's like 16 people. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay.
Battle Royale.
Hey, okay. Speaking of new game modes, let's go into that.
Okay.
So I have actually some things to back this up. I would talk about game modes. The German Splatoon Twitter account teased new modes.
Just the German one.
Just the German one. Yeah, they had this weird
weird.
image where it was like Splatoon 1, the first in the awesome franchise. Splatoon 2, introduced Salmon Run, yada, yada, yada. Splatoon 3, coming soon, impressive story mode, new modes, and more. So
Well, that's certainly interesting, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if that was like intentional? Is it still up? Do you know? Or
I
is that like
believe it's still up, but it's still only the German one.
really strange? Okay.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
But I mean, sounds about right then. Yeah. What kind of new modes you thinking?
There's that data mined 8-ball mode that was in Splatoon 2.
I didn't know about that. Eight ball?
Yeah,
Like-
in the Octo
like
expansion.
billiards?
Yeah, in the Octo expansion, there's these like missions where you have to push an 8-ball to like just a hole or in the map.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm picturing there's an 8-ball in the middle, and it's just two teams trying to push it into the enemies.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think that'd be cool. Yeah, because the physics on the ball is actually pretty cool.
But it's not used that much.
Oh, it's used actually quite a few levels in the Octo expansion. But
I didn't buy it.
yeah, there was a data mined in the when the Octo expansion came out. There's a data mined like game mode that had the 8-ball in it. And it was like I think it was called Project 8-ball in the files.
That sounds about right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, my personal hope is we get a battle royale.
Okay, I was joking, but I mean, it would be cool because from my limited knowledge, Splatoon is more about the ink covering and stuff. Like the kills are good, but like you're not going for the kills, right? Yeah. Okay. So a mode where you are focusing on the kills instead of
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
that could be, unless you had a different idea for the battle royale.
Oh no, that's exactly what a Splatoon mode focused on the kills instead of turf or anything else.
Like that is like one of those things that's like that would be a nice change. That could be convince people to buy the game.
Yeah.
Although the phrase battle royale is kind of like whatever these days, but
I don't know what
Maybe
they would call it. Yeah. And if you think about chaos, you got to think about 16-player lobbies or something.
yeah, sure. I mean,
Because like
100, 1 out of 100 go for Fortnite.
I don't know if the Switch can handle 100 or like this.
It can handle Fortnite, but no, yeah, it's not gonna be
good point,
100. It's not gonna be 100.
But yeah, I was thinking like realistically, probably 16. They have enough colors for every person to have their own unique color, and they're on you're on like this massive map. You're inking everything. You're just hiding. Yeah. Yeah, I think that battle royale mode would be cool.
That'd be very unique. I'd like it.
Anything that you would like to see? Any mode that would? I know
Well,
you
honestly,
don't.
the battle royale would have been cool, so I'll put my vote in for that too. But
It's such like an introduction because everyone knows the battle royale format. So now you're like, oh, battle royales in Splatoon.
that's the kind of thing where I'm like, maybe they should have made that like free to play or something, and then you could like get a battle pass for that. But Nintendo seems to not want to do free to play stuff right now, so.
I mean, most of the games Nintendo puts out are all like they could be easily made into a freemium type
I
game.
think Switch Sports was the perfect one. And I'm glad they didn't, but they could have.
They could have.
really could have.
Yeah.
Same with is it the new? Well, that too, but the new Kirby, like isn't it just Fall Guys basically?
Oh yeah, but that's not coming out to 2023. But yeah,
Okay,
I believe it is free. The new
Oh, is
Kirby
it?
game.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, most Kirby games are free, and then
That is not the reason.
yeah. Because they have what's that Kirby fighting game that was also free, and you also had to pay.
It's like every other direct, they have some random Kirby game that's just free.
Yeah, I think they actually had some partnership with HAL. It's like, oh, we'll do a new Kirby game every year, and then half of them are just.
I mean, yeah, no one's like raving about Kirby Battle or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's cool. That's good for the Kirby fans.
Yeah, but so Battle Royale, 8-ball. I think I would like to see. Honestly, just traditional FPS game modes.
Okay.
Like
So
King
like team deathmatch kind of thing.
Yeah, team deathmatch, King of the Hill.
Take inspiration from Valorant, you know.
Yeah, 5v. Oh my god, a Val like a CS:GO style, and you're like planting like an ink strike, and you're waiting for it to blow. Oh my god! And at the end, if you like I don't know. They're probably not gonna be called terrorists, but you know, the whole map is just covered in whatever side won. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, I don't know how many game modes they're gonna be adding, but they're basing it off of the theme of chaos, and I think that, you know, one game mode that fits that the most is 16 player lobbies of sorts.
I agree. Yeah. Or I don't know if I don't know if this is a thing, but traditionally it's like a one team versus another team.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility of like 4 different teams in one map?
I actually just thought of that. I think we were like on the same wavelength.
Same wavelength. Yeah.
I think that is a possibility. I think that would be cool, like a turf war, but it's 4 people, 4 teams.
It's the traditional classic mode, but you have 4 teams, 16
Yeah.
players, or maybe less. I don't know, but
Oh yeah, 16. There's 4 on each team.
yeah, I'm saying that maybe if that's too demanding for the Switch.
I
you could
think
do
16 is the
3v3.
maximum, because I think Mario Kart has 16 as well. Is that right?
I think it's 12.
Oh, and you think it is 12.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right to me.
But yeah, I mean, I think 16 is the theoretical maximum of what Nintendo's servers can handle.
Unfortunately, it should be higher, but
Yeah, unfortunately. But
we're still stuck on the Switch.
yeah, I think, yeah, I definitely think we're going to see new modes, because I feel like that German Twitter that kind of just threw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I saw that tweet, I was actually making a video before this got announced on it's coming soon. This direct is coming because this tweet, because we ran out of information on their Twitter.
They stopped posting, yeah.
Well, yeah, but they stopped posting. We gone through all the weapons. We gone through all the old brands, all the maps, or not all of them, but you know, they showed a lot of maps. And
it was culminating to today.
Yeah, it was culminating till the announcement. Speaking of Twitter, on the new announcement or the new weapons and fashion on there, I think we're gonna see weapons as well.
Yeah, that should make sense.
I think, yeah. We're going to see the new Sheldon, maybe his brother or something.
That'd be funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Sheldon.
Is there any new weapon class you want to see? We have the bow right now.
I mean, like, really, they could just, what we were saying earlier, I'd love to see them just take from other kind of fighting shooting game kind of things. Obviously, it's Splatoon, so you have to do it in your own unique way, but
Yeah.
like, it's kind of a cop out for Nintendo because they don't have to be that creative or anything. But it could like, and that's another thing is most of these people that are Nintendo fanboys, they don't have other, they're not playing these other shooting games. So to them it'd be a whole new experience. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of a free way to just steal from other games, put it in their game. But
I mean, I think they're already creative enough with that's the whole concept of Splatoon. They could just
to
take
be fair,
little...
they did their own thing. They have enough credit.
But yeah, I would like. Okay, so personally, I've been seeing this, you know, a lot on, you know, just different communities is fans, because you know how like we have the Inkbrella and then we have the ink brush, and just kind of combine them together to have like a dual melee weapon. You just like slash and X's, and then if you hold it, you like open the fans and you're kind of blocking it.
Yeah, that could be cool.
I think
you should do a whole video on that, like potential new items. Or
yeah, but I just can't think of anything else after that.
Okay,
one.
so that's the one.
I think
it. Crafty's happy. That's all he's buying.
Yeah, fans. Yeah, I don't know. I saw some people talk about like a whip.
A whip. Okay, that's interesting. Like,
But I think that's just a little too brutal.
yeah, they'd have to like, you know, Nintendo-ify it.
Yeah, I was thinking like it could be a hose of sorts.
Do they have any kind of like rocket launcher kind of thing?
Ooh, well, yeah, they have the Ink Zuka, but that's a actual weapon.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
That's close enough, I guess.
now that I think about it, do you think they're gonna have like for the story mode? This could be a big game changer. Like you could hold 2 weapons, a primary and a secondary.
Oh. And speaking of taking from other shooting games, that's like
that's like the thing.
I mean, I could like having like full loadout and like
Full loadout.
extensions, you know. Do they already have those, like, you know, like things you can put on your gun or whatever?
They don't, and that's like I've been talking about that with, you know, just my chat. I've been wanting not really like like, extensions or anything, just gun buddies or something that like just customize your gun a little bit.
Gun skins. And
Gun
stuff
skins, something of the sorts. Because I mean,
that's kind of going back to like a battle pass kind of thing. Like it would be cool. I could see the appeal of that.
Yeah, I mean, this game's based off of being fresh, and all these weapons look the same.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, going on to fashion and being fresh.
Being fresh.
One thing I want to see new with we're of course going to see new clothing and brands. I'd be surprised if they don't.
Exactly.
I want to see like ghost clothing, if that. No, okay, this sounds a little weird saying it now, but like.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Tell me.
Because each clothing has their own abilities, right?
Yeah, like an invisibility one.
No, like just abilities in general, like faster sprint.
I mean, like, do you want like one that can make you invisible?
I want one that you could technically like put on top of the other clothing, so you have the abilities of the.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know what you would call it. I call it.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, it's like when a lot of games do that. I know Terraria does that. It's like you have these items that are really good and they're like objectively the best, but then you look at your character and it's like really ugly.
Yeah, it's just mismatched everywhere.
You want to be able to wear what you want, but still have all the stats, is what you're saying, right?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. that should totally be in the game. I'm surprised it's not already in the game, to be honest.
Yeah, because you see all these like pro players with like MPU maxed out, and they're all just wearing like, yes, I have a knit sweater, sandals, and a jungle hat. Yeah.
That's funny, but it would be annoying when you're playing. I definitely agree. So that I'm shocked it's already not in the game, to be honest. But that would be a great improvement.
Yeah, that's honestly the only thing I really knew about fashion. I think we're both in agreement. Do you want the like weekly rotations to still be in there, like every week or every day it just switches the shop?
I think that's pretty fun. I think it's a good mechanic.
Yeah, I think it's a good mechanic as well. Except for Salmon Run. Just have that available 24/7.
I didn't know about that until like I bought the game. That's so weird. Why is it not always available? It's just strange.
I mean, now Salmon Run's available 24/7 for some reason. They just like
I'm glad they did that.
Yeah. But yeah, at launch they switched it. So I'm hoping they learn their lesson and Salmon Run's just completely available from the start.
See why that's even like from like a business market. I don't see how it's even a good move. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Speaking of Salmon Run, just kind of quick side tangent. I think I hope we're gonna get new stages. I think we've already seen one, but I hope we're able to choose our weapons instead of you get a random one of 4.
But yeah, it's just kind of annoying. Like you can just be spawned with a bad one, kind of. Or...
Yeah. I guess we could jump around on this list that we have. Just go straight to quality of life improvements. I think choosing your weapons in Salmon Run is a big thing, but
that's one you mentioned. Yeah.
A friend system.
One, when I go into someone's chat, especially yours, and I say, "Oh, what are you guys looking forward to for Splatoon 3?" It's always that the friend system or like the party system. People really want that overhauled.
Yeah.
And like I said, I haven't played that much, so I wasn't aware of it. But like I said, that's like the main thing I keep hearing. So what exactly are you looking forward to, or what do you want to be changed?
So we've already have glimpses of them in like the gameplay trailer that we saw, and
you said there's like a Discord tag looking.
It's like a Discord like hashtag random numbers or random letters. So I'm hoping there's just a friend system inside Splatoon.
I mean, yeah. What else do you think the numbers could mean if it wasn't for that?
If it wasn't for that, it could just be cosmetic. I guess.
What I mean, I don't know why you'd have random numbers.
I mean, I think a lot of games do that, don't they? Like,
actually, like for ranking, or I don't know.
No, I don't know. Yeah, they did seem like just jumbled numbers. So I'm hoping it's like your username plus the numbers, and your send a friend request to.
Sounds right to me personally.
Because with Splatoon 2, that's like I have like 500 friends. I think I have max friends on my Switch, and Splatoon 2 is the sole reason.
That's funny, yeah.
Yeah, because if you want to play with viewers or anything, you have to add them, and then on like the actual Switch, and then you get put into like a public lobby, and then sometime that public lobby's full, and
it's such a weird party gameplay mechanic. I don't know how that was ever released like that, but
yeah.
I feel like they have to fix that for the new one.
They have to, yeah. Quality of life improvements. I'm hoping they have that thing a party up where you could do at least 4 people, but hopefully you could do like your whole like
4v4.
Yeah, 4v4 or something like that.
Or, 16 for the Battle Royale mode.
A 16, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because right now you can do a pseudo kind of party system in league battles, but it's never for turf war. And personally, I think I like turf war the most.
It should never be to the point where like, oh well, we can do this, but you have to do like a weird like makeshift thing. And if you do this one setting, then it works. Yeah, it's just weird. It should be like the default settings. You should be able to play it whenever with your friends. It shouldn't be a whole hassle.
Exactly.
It's just annoying that it's like that right now.
I also hope they. This just comes with any new game. I'm pretty sure they hopefully change the balancing. Of course, it's practically impossible to balance the game when it launches because everyone is technically new, but some people are, more experienced than others.
Someone that was definitely not involved in the competitive scene for either game. From your experience, obviously, yeah, like you said, for the first week or whatever, it's going to be imbalanced. But how well did they take care of balancing issues, if at all?
See, like, I kind of took a break from Splatoon 2, like, midway through its life. So I'm more at the beginning and then a little, like, middle, like, halfway through the end and then the end. Or halfway through the middle and then the end. So the balancing was super poor in the beginning and then it got better. But then right now, it's just bad.
It got bad. It was really bad. Now it's just bad.
It's really... Well, you get matched with, like, level 100 people and everything. But
so that sucks, but isn't the reason just that, like...
Lack of players.
Yeah, there's not that many people playing.
It's not their fault, I feel like. It's just... Yeah.
Does it have the Switch Sports method where it's like, if you can't find a match, you can put a bot, or no?
I have not seen any bots, and if there are bots, they're really well disguised.
Do you think that might be a thing in the next game, considering they did it for Switch Sports?
Ooh, that's a good... Because they've been doing that a lot, actually, because they did that for Strikers as well.
I had no clue. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, technically, there's a bot in every game, that being the goal.
True. You only control a few of your characters, too, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. But, like, there should be more than enough players to sustain the game.
For the beginning, sure, but later on, maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because there was bots straight from the get-go in Switch Sports.
Yeah, but, like, it was the same story where, like, the first 2 weeks you were getting so many players that you, like, almost never got those matches, unless you had really bad internet.
Well, unless you had... I guess this is,
or
like,
if you got
ranked
really
mode.
high ranked.
Yeah, ranked mode. That also... I don't think ranked mode needs a revamp at all.
I've heard complaints about it.
Yeah. It's... Another thing is, like, map rotation and game mode rotation. For some reason, I'm fine with map rotations, but I think we should be able to choose any game mode we want whenever.
I think map rotation is a good way to... I see the pros and cons, but I think it's fine. But yeah, you should be able to play whatever game mode you want at any time.
Yeah.
You can make an argument for, like, LTM kind of things. Like, I know a lot of games have LTMs where it's like, ooh, a slight new variation to come. Play it now while you still can. But having all the core modes should just always be a thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I'm hoping we'll see this in there. We'll see a revamped, like, lobby system. Hopefully we'll see the menu where you try and hop in a game, and there's, like, hopefully multiple tabs. One's, like, ranked, and you pick the ranked game you want to play, or one's just turf war, maybe turf war for 2 teams, turf war 4 teams.
I mean,
yeah,
that would just make it a lot better. Definitely.
But I guess the issue with that is it might just be not exhausting, taxing for too many options for a new player. Of course, like someone like me, I'm like, oh, I know what all these modes are and what they do.
That really just comes down to Nintendo doing it well, and I think I trust them, but
I mean,
they might use that same logic and say we don't want to scare off the player. Let's just give them 2 modes, and it might not be enough for people that actually want to play the game, like ranked and casual and all that.
Yeah, they have a good system with the weapons. Like, every time you, like, level up, you unlock some new weapons and so on and so forth.
Maybe if you get to a certain level, then you unlock certain online options.
I would like that. To be honest, I would like it if it's all just there from the get-go.
Oh yeah.
But seeing how if they're trying to introduce a new player, I think I would like it if they would, introduce it that way. Like, oh, you're level 10 right now. Now you could play Splat Zones, and then you're level 15, and you could play Tower
Control. I
Control.
blame Nintendo for not wanting to scare off their new customers. That makes sense. They don't want to overload their tiny brains.
I'm willing to, like, that's my mid ground with them. They could do that, but I still don't want game mode rotations.
It just sucks. Like,
yeah.
what's it called? Salmon Run.
Yeah, because like each of the ranked modes have their own complexities. And there's definitely easier ones compared to others. So you could just easily rank them on, okay, you unlock this ranked first, and then you just go down the list.
I can't imagine, like, going back to Switch Sports, I can't imagine I log on, I want to play something, then it's just not available. That's just, why? It makes no sense.
Yeah, it is. It's so weird saying it like that, because you're like, yeah, why is it like that? But then I guess since you grew up with Splatoon, it's the norm for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were disprivileged, I'm sorry. It makes no sense to me. Like I said earlier, even from like some marketing, like Nintendo standpoint, I just don't get where that idea even comes from.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because the sheer amount of stages we have now as well. You're most likely not gonna find the stage you want when you like, oh, I'm gonna play for 2 hours. Let me hop on right now. Oh, look, it's not the stage that I like. Well, I'm just out of luck.
Time to turn it on later.
Yeah, time to turn it on later, yeah. Oh, another thing, this kind of relates to quality of life. Do you think there's going to be a new Splatnet, like the companion app on your phone?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that whole thing's interesting because like the NSO app is like used for 2 things. So I'd love to see them use. I was really hoping they'd do it for Switch Sports, and they didn't. I was really hoping, or it'd be cool to see them actually like build in a lot of in-app functionality, like oh, but you can buy if this is what's at the store right now. You can buy it from your phone, or
They
you
actually
can say,
did that in Splat 2.
so why is that not in Switch Sports? Okay, that's dumb.
Yeah, it is. They did that for Splatoon 2. You could, well, it's not the exact stuff that's in the shops. It's a different like Amazon type store, and they rotate out every day. So every day you could check your phone. Oh, what's on Splat is
Cool.
on or whatever.
Okay, yeah. So I hope they do that again. That'd be awesome.
I think that would be cool. I just don't know because they actually just recently updated Nintendo
They
Switch
did.
Online.
You're right.
So that gives me a little hope because honestly, Splatnet 2 is the only one I use on the.
If they don't use the app for that, I don't know what they're gonna use it for. Cause like, I genuinely think all that like I think it has Animal Crossing, Splatoon,
And Smash.
and that. Yeah, I think that's it.
It's
Out of
like-
all their
it's-
games,
And Smash Bros. Is just like, it's Instagram.
yeah, none of them are really that useful.
Yeah.
Either, so.
And honestly, like, if we don't get anything for Splatoon 3, I think I might just delete it off my phone.
I'm literally installing it right now because I didn't have it installed. There's no reason for me to have it, but I'm like hoping one day.
I totally forgot they actually have voice comms through
that's the-
NSO.
It's not like some like hidden option either, because it's like Nintendo has promoted that, but it's like that's the only way. If you want a voice call, you have to use that.
Yeah.
It's just weird. I don't know why they don't have it built in, or at least like an option. I see why you don't want 7-year-old little Timmy getting on and getting cursed out by a 30-year-old guy on Mario Kart, but it's weird that this is the default way on your mobile phone.
It is weird. I would like to see oh, that'd be crazy if they introduce voice comms in Splatoon. I'm trying to think, is there a way they can feasibly implement that with their current infrastructure?
I think so, but it would also be like I said, you have to like take 100 precautions, make sure, enter your age, confirm your age. Are you sure you'll want to do this? We are not liable for anything you hear on here. Like Nintendo would be very safe about it, I think.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they were fine with Animal Crossing, and that had just free text.
That's true. You could type. I mean, you could type whatever you want, which is a big thing for Nintendo. I think. I don't know if there's any censors that might have been.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind like a text chat, but then that on the Switch is just complete garbage. So
maybe that's what a lot of games do these days is, especially for like a console game when you can't type stuff really. There's like little presets where you can say,
oh yeah, like a little like circle, a communication circle.
Game or let's go again, stuff like that.
Yeah. Actually, that actually reminds me, do you think they're going to be emotes?
What do you mean by emotes? Like Floss, epic Fortnite dances, or like Switch Sports, like stamp thing?
Oh, like epic Fortnite dances.
Yes, epic Fortnite. Okay, I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. Do you think there's gonna be Fortnite dances?
Because when I picture Splatoon, yeah, you think all these kids are fresh and stuff. They're breakdancing, stuff and that.
True. These kids grew up with Fortnite, as we're saying.
I'm thinking Splatoon has to have some sort of dance type thing.
It sounds like cringy when you say it, but like it could be. It could be cool.
Honestly, I don't see where they would do it though.
There's never like I hate that I'm saying Fortnite so much, but in Fortnite, there's like downtime. There's in Splatoon, like when you control your character, there's like the lobby area. You can do it there, but like once you're in game, like you're kind of always actively playing.
Yeah, there's no like the only downtime you have is when you're dead.
Unless I want to have like ghost emotes, but I don't know about that.
Honestly, I think I could see Switch sports style emotes.
That makes sense because it's you just press the shoulder button, send a quick little emote.
Yeah,
Or similarly, going back to that thing, when you're doing with no voice chat and you're with randoms, having that little like toggleable thing where you send little chats that are preset, so Nintendo doesn't have to worry about that.
yeah,
But saying like over here or let's attack or that could be really useful for team games.
Definitely. And they already have like the buttons in Splatoon 2. It's just this way and Booyah.
I was gonna say I know there's like 2 of them.
Yeah, and that's it. And it's so weird because there's like 2 empty spaces on the right and the left. So everyone
icon and 2 of them aren't even used. Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely could see that being an unlockable of sorts. And this just lends to the battle pass. I could definitely see that being a battle pass thing. The more I talk about it, there has to be a battle pass.
Like, I mean, it'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would. All right, so I think that's mostly about like fashion and cosmetics we've talked about and quality of life improvements. Is there anything from anything that you want to see improved upon from your limited play of Splatoon?
Honestly, like I said, it's hard to remember like the complaints I had. I remember having fun overall. I can't think of any quality of life improvements, but I'm just gonna go back and say like, I just want to see a reason to buy the game. I want to buy the game, but you got to show me something, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because like from what I've seen, it's just Splatoon 2. But I'm sure we'll see it come Wednesday. There'll be something really cool and awesome.
How big of a reason are you wanting? Is it like the story mode enough of a reason, or you need to see like
for
a new game mode?
Crisp US dollars. I don't know if the story mode is gonna be enough because I'm sure I'll love it. I'm sure I'll get good my money's worth out of the story mode. But I do want to play online. And I think it would be pretty lame if it was just the same thing again, especially considering how big Splatoon is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I want to see my 2 things: good story mode. Give me a solid 10-minute presentation on that. I'll be happy. 15 minutes. Then I want to see all the quality of life, all the new modes, stuff like that for Splatoon 3 for online. Those are my major things. Then if they're good enough, maybe I'll buy it. Especially if there's a test fire, I'll definitely look forward to it.
Yeah, I think you summed it up perfectly. Show me what the story has to offer. Show me some new game modes, and I think that'll make this like a 10 out of 10 game. Because I mean, Splatoon 2 suffered from this whole story mode thing. I think Splatoon 2 ranked 8, like it was average like 8 out of 10, and the reason why was because of the story mode.
Story mode.
Yeah.
Did the DLC help you to like make it a 10 or no? Was the DLC like an insult because you pay more money for it or something?
Well, actually, I love the deal. The DLC was like the story mode it should have started with.
Yeah, so did that like solve your problem with the story mode? Like once you got that?
Yeah, I added more depth, more lore building, and everything. So yeah, it made Splatoon 2. Oh, okay, I wouldn't say it's a 10 out of 10 experience yet. I mean, maybe like a 9 out of 10.
But you were definitely happy with the whole.
But I was definitely happy. Like the $20 for the Octo expansion was definitely worth it.
I think I'm pretty confident in saying that the story mode will be complete. It'll be good. I feel like they definitely spent their time on that. I need to see what they're doing for online because it can't be the same thing again.
Talking about the story mode, we'll just kind of go into the idols. Do you think they're going to introduce new idols or return existing ones?
It's a huge dedicated fan base for these guys, but I mean, I don't know that much about them. I know there's Squid Sisters and whatever, but I wouldn't mind either one. Like I know the ones that already exist. They're cool. I don't have a huge preference about either one. It'd be cool to see new ones. It'd be cool to see all of them, I guess.
To be honest, I think it's since the Splatoon's been a franchise for how many years now? 8? Is that right?
Yeah, like 7 or 8 now.
Actually, I don't know. I think I just want to see the Squid Sisters return. That's the OG.
I've heard that, to be fair. Is there a reason in specific?
I don't know. I think we're already kind of saturated, or the idols is just such a saturated market right now because we already have Pearl Marina, and I already thought that was too soon.
Well, yeah, the other ones were only around for 2 years. Then that's pretty tough.
Yeah, but if Pearl Marina return, I think that'd be all right. I'll be fine with that. But my biggest dream would be no new idols, just Squid Sisters, and then maybe Pearl Marina or the Off the Hook would sub in sometimes.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, and they all have new outfits already too, because we saw in like the mini story mode trailer, they all have like military-esque outfits, and I think that'd be interesting because it is the chaos version of
Yeah, I didn't realize it, but I guess this whole game's focused around the chaos element.
Yeah, because like I don't know if you know about the last Splatfest in Splatoon 2, it was chaos versus order. And chaos,
I did hear about that.
Yeah, and then Chaos won, so Splatoon 3 is going to be based around the idea of chaos.
I think that was actually like, if Order won, it would have been like...
Oh yeah, it's they always did that. I forgot. Oh, for Splatoon 1, it was Callie versus Marie.
Really?
If I remember this right, Marie won, so Callie went missing.
That's actually kind of cool. I like that a lot. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, I love that they do that. They give the power to the players.
That's true. Do you know how close it was for Splatoon 2?
Splatoon
Order versus Chaos.
Oh, I think it was like a 2% difference.
Oh my god! Wow, that's crazy.
It was crazy, but yeah, Chaos won, and so in that retrospect, Pearl won. Pearl was Chaos, Marina was Order. Yeah. So hopefully we'll see more Chaos elements. That's why I think like a 16-player mode would definitely suit the game.
Definition of Chaos, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully we don't get new idols. I'm crossing my fingers, but we'll see in the direct.
All these questions should be answered.
Yeah, these are all like very safe. I don't think any of these are gonna be like, what? They're talking about this? They think this is gonna be no. Except maybe
there might be like some crazy new mode, I guess, but I don't expect to be shocked by anything.
Yeah, this is all kind of safe predictions. Yeah, well, because we know so little, and we're just like, okay, so we haven't know the idols yet. We don't know this. We're just like going down this list of what we don't know.
Yeah, we put in a few like kind of like, oh, maybe they'll do like, I don't know if Battle Royale is like confirmed or anything, but for the most part, like we're just saying like, well, we don't know what the idols are, and they're gonna show us the idols. We don't know what this is. They're gonna show us what this is.
Yeah.
Like, unless they just come out of nowhere, I don't think there's anything they really can show us to like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Unless they. So anything that isn't on this list, I feel like would be something.
I feel like we've covered most of the basics. If they say something else, then maybe we're like mind blown. You know?
Yeah, mind blown. Yeah. One thing that could be what I don't know 100% that it could be announced is amiibos. Do you think?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Do you think they're gonna show any
for the new game?
Release any or whatever?
I know they've done like bundles with the new games before, but I don't think they do it at the direct. We might see in like local or like headlines down the line near release, like buy this bundle for $80 with both the amiibos included or whatever. But I don't know if it's big enough to really be.
I don't remember if the Splatoon 2 amiibos were announced on launch or they were later.
Either way makes sense to me. I don't think it's a huge deal.
Yeah, because I know the Callie Marie, the Splatoon 1 amiibos were announced after Splatoon 1 came out. So yeah,
that makes sense.
But I think that's everything. I can't really think of anything else.
We've covered, at least for my knowledge, I think we've gone way above.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot personally. I hope anyone that was watching that came in with like, I wonder what's been confirmed and stuff for Splatoon 3 and what's possible. Like my mind has been opened. I personally have a reason to watch the direct now. I wasn't even sure if I'd watch it. Although it is at like 9 a.m., but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, it's at 6 a.m. Oh god.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I have to wake up early. But yeah. So yeah, you were talking about watching it. Are you going to watch it? Are you now more hyped than you were before?
Definitely. I definitely am more hyped. After thinking about it, like I said, I will consider getting the game if what they show is interesting enough. Which I have a decent amount of hope it will be.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I should be able to watch it, I think. Unfortunately, I thought I'd throw him in here. We were going to try to get Peter on here, but he couldn't make it today. He doesn't get to watch it either, so.
Yeah.
Darn Australia. Come on. Fix your time zones.
Just tell the world, go back in time.
Rude. Just rewind time.
Yeah. I mean, for me myself, I'm definitely going to be streaming it on Twitch, so follow me if you haven't already. But
Nah.
yeah, I'm going to be streaming it on Twitch. I am hyped for it. This is like, this could either make or break the game. I mean, this is going off of what you said it already. This either have a lot of people want to get the game or a lot of people just scuff it off.
And there's almost, we haven't discussed the potential that they announce something bad, too.
I mean,
there's always the possibility there's just something really stupid in there, Nintendo. But,
I think in-game purchases would be that one thing.
you know,
It depends how they handle it, though. Yeah.
But I think more than likely it's at least. I think it's gonna be just like mid. If I don't think they're gonna do anything stupid or bad. I think there's a decent chance it'll be good. Maybe it'll just be mid. Who knows?
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's everything. Can't really think of anything else. I think you put it. Yeah, you labeled this as a good way. These are all the possibilities, not really predictions, because we're basically going to see either yes or no on half of or all of these.
Most of what we talked about will be coming. We just were like, in what way will it be coming?
In what way?
So
exactly.
I'm very curious to see how these questions are answered by Nintendo in 2 days.
Yeah. Do you want to plug any of your stuff? I know you actually had some really cool videos on the new update for Switch Sports.
Yeah, I've been making some Switch Sports videos. For the new golf updates coming out in a few months, I'll definitely have stuff up for that. I'm trying to hit 1K subs. I'm pretty close now, so I really appreciate it. I have a Twitter if you want to see that for whatever reason, because it's Twitter. But
post like leaks and stuff on there.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to check out Wipeout Jack, it'll be all in the description down below. Don't forget to check him out. Show him some love. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get more Splatoon content and everything. And then follow my Twitch. We'll be doing a reaction.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that's about it. I'm Crafty Type 1. This has been Wipeout Jack. And we will see you in the Splatlands. Adios.